The gaming world is a weird one sometimes, and every single month, gameranx gathers up all the weird, puts it in a basket, puts a little bow on it, and we all have a nice little laugh at all the weirdness. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, the weird gaming stories of August 2025. Starting off with number 10, an employee just fundamentally misunderstands the idea of business expenses because he wrote off $140,000 worth of Pokemon cards, gaming gear, and prepaid gift cards. You gotta catch them all, right? If you gotta spend that much to catch them all, I'm never going to catch them all. I'm just gonna say this. But he bought this stuff with his employer's credit cards between September 2021 and October 2022. And then he crafted a tangled web of lies to hide it. He falsified receipts, he mischaracterized charges and reports, basically lied to his employer saying, oh yeah, I'm spending this on business stuff. Then, the FBI and the Des Moines, Iowa Police Department swooped in. Gross got hit with some wire fraud stuff, 4 months behind bars, 3 years of supervised release, and a restitution bill of $146,590.15. I want to trick the IRS, but failed really hard. I don't have another line, and so I'm gonna stop. At number 9, Aggro Crab and Landfall, two developers making the indie co-op climbing sim called Peak, which, as you may or may not know, exploded in popularity this summer. I think we talked about it recently, actually. It sold millions of copies. It's got slapstick, chaotic, fun, mountain climbing goodness, let's say. On Roblox, there is a clone of it called Cliff. It's pretty much the same type of game down to the visuals, but it's on Roblox and it has pay-to-win microtransactions, which sucks. The developers had a pretty savage reaction. They said, you know what? Go ahead and pirate our game. Just don't support that microtransaction-riddled Roblox slop ripoff, which, by the way, try to say that 3 times fast. You know, I'm not against clone games at all. Without that kind of stuff, we don't move on to the next phase, which is variants. Like, if there weren't Mario clones, there wouldn't be a Sonic. But I am against basically copying a game to siphon money out of children. I don't like that. That sucks. So the fact that they're just basically like, you know what, pirate our game, I'm with them. But don't pirate their game, pay for their game. They deserve it. And I hope that we deserve a subscription. Surprisingly few of the people viewing this video right now are actually subscribed to gameranx. And we make these high-quality videos every single day. I mean, and they're not all weird gaming stories, but Jake has some bangers too. So if you want to get our videos every day, subscribe. That's the easiest way to do it. We appreciate it a ton, so let's get back to the video. At number 8, Hello Games just dropped an update for No Man's Sky that essentially they did in order to develop Light No Fire. So, No Man's Sky, space game, there are ships in it, they are spaceships, and they just added Voyagers, a new patch that it was huge. It required a near full rework of the entire game engine according to the developers, and basically it's for shipbuilding. Crazy, insane detailed shipbuilding. And that technology is going to be specifically reused in Light No Fire, which is No Man's Sky, but on one planet. And there are oceans, which you will need crew to cross on ships that you will build with the same thing that they just did for space. Now, I don't know exactly what the differences are going to be. Obviously, there's a difference between being in the water and being in space. The manning and crewing of the spaceships and sea ships might be very, very, very different. But also, in a weird way, I kind of think this is cool because we're really far into the No Man's Sky life cycle, and it's literally not a games as a service game, but they keep doing this crap. Like, they made a new feature for a new game and just put it in No Man's Sky. Like, that's cool. I like that. It's weird in that no game developers treat anything like that anymore. So I gotta give some big props to Sean Murray and the crew at Hello Games. Like, cool stuff, guys. At number 7, Activision finally gazed into the mirror and apparently didn't like what it saw. After years of peppering Call of Duty with weird crossover skins that culminated in Beavis and Butthead recently. Fans have complained the series was becoming Fortnite Light, or let's just say Fortlight. There's a big backlash that, it was ongoing and kind of hit fever pitch this past month when Black Ops 7 was revealed at Gamescom. Initially, Activision planned to continue its carry forward system, so all those weird cosmetics would be in the next title too, but wow, no one liked that. No one wanted any of this stuff to carry over to Black Ops 7. They are still letting the double XP and Gobblegum slide forward, but not the cosmetics, which part of me kind of worries that this is a move that allows them to say, oh, yeah, well, not carrying over your purchases between titles. It's a way that we reset and maintain the integrity of the game, when what they could do is just not put out insane cartoon skins in a gritty, realistic military shooter. But I guess let's take what we can get on this one. Black Ops 7 is probably going to be better because of this move. It's technically not really that consumer-friendly of a move, though. I don't know. It's weird when I just don't know what to think of something. And number 6, NVIDIA wants to make AI into the game engine, but not in the way that Google is doing it. They want to have a game engine that's rendering stuff, like basically as a guide, that it hands over to AI, which generates pretty much everything on top of that more rudimentary version of the frame. Now, this is weird because it's going to create a lot of completely insane conversations, but honestly, it might be a clever way of doing things, honestly. I don't want to say it definitely is, because, there's a good chance that it's not. Could very easily look like shit. But if you get VO3 quality visuals for a game that you control and that, you train the AI on custom created assets or even real life objects, it could have an interesting way of depicting real art from many different directions within a game. And then it also could just look like the worst deepfake in the world. I don't know. It's not one of those ones where I'm like super passionate about it as a great idea or super down on it as a terrible idea. It could go either way. Like, a company can do something great with a technology and it can do something horrible with the technology. At number 5, Roblox did 47 million users basically because of a feud, which is, by the way, now the record for concurrent players on an online service. Previously, Steam held it at 41.2 million. Roblox actually hit as high as 47.4 million users, and it was because there were 2 viral Roblox games that were in drama, I guess is the way to put it. Grow a Garden and Steal a Brainrot, which I don't know what any of these things are. What happened was both game creators launched synchronized admin abuse events, flooding their worlds with exclusive freebies, in-game chaos, and sardonic tweets to hype one-upping each other. One developer hyped it on TikTok. Thousands of kids lost their minds. Roblox servers went down briefly. And those 2 games accounted for roughly 37 million of the 47 million people on Roblox. Grow a Garden, by the way, it had 22 million, while Steal a Brainrot had 15. Grow a Garden had one of the biggest numbers ever by a single game in the entire video game industry in terms of concurrence. 22 million concurrent users. That's insane. And number 4, Larian Studios publishing director Michael Dowse just called the entire AAA gaming industry creatively bankrupt because it is addicted to spreadsheets. He claims that's basically the problem with games right now. He said the data that they are making games on is just increasingly trash, and he has become perversely fascinated by indie devs precisely because they are trusting their instincts and producing what he is calling genuine ideas. Basically, he's saying these huge companies are spending tons of money gathering data and making games based on amalgamations of what has previously worked, which sucks because it has no feeling, it has no thought, no real reason. It's not communicating anything. I think he's quite correct, and it's proof that you do not need AI to make slop. And number 3, Sony had 12 live service games in the pipeline for PS5. Back in the days of PS4, they sort of ruled the narrative roost. You had stuff like Bloodborne, Last of Us Part 2, different kinds of
storytelling, but very immersive worlds. And in PS5 times, they have made a bold pivot. They committed to 12 live service games by this year, but 8 of those have been canceled, and the rest, which is 3 if you are keeping track of the math, are hanging on by a thread. Basically, Herman Hulst, the current head of PlayStation Studios, was basically like, yeah, so we're trying to have these projects fail early and fail as cheap as possible. In his mind, if they're gonna fail, it would be best if they would fail in the gestation phase, and that seems to be what most of them have done. He's been trying to play it off like a win, but I don't know how failing that many times could be considered a win when you are a company trying to make money. The phrase is, if at first you don't succeed, not if you have failed 8 times at the thing. Try again. But just keep up the live service shit anyways, whatever. And number 2, what the hell is going on with the Pokemon people? So we basically just got like Blair Witch Pokemon. I don't really know. This one's so weird, I just don't know what to make of it. It's like a Silent Hill or Resident Evil style PT-ish body cam thing. It's all spooky and horror looking, but it's Pokemon. I think it's a joke, because by the end of it, there's a big old Pokemon just bouncing around, knocking stuff down. Like, honestly, just look at this. I'm going to stop talking for a second, and you look at this footage and what's going on in it for a moment. You tell me what the hell is going on. And number 1, somebody made the most honestly impressive aimbot I've ever seen for a game. So they used YOLO object detection, which I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's actually terrifying in terms of what police can do with it. Like, they have cameras all over the place, following your license plate and identity around in stores and attributing stuff to you. And man, it's dystopian. But they figured out I guess, less harmful use of it. I mean, it's honestly not evil in of itself. There's good uses for it, but do we really need people training it on Valorant so they can develop a physical object that acts like a sort of moving mechanical mouse pad so that your mouse is actually aiming at enemies? I mean, it's genuinely insane. The whole thing's genuinely insane. It is only a proof of concept to show that somebody could do it, and it only works in shooting range mode because it's not something that you hack into Valorant to use. It has to visually see Valorant and recognize what's on screen. But yeah, it's crazy. Genuinely, completely crazy. I'm looking at this stuff like, well, that's both impressive and terrifying. That's what I think anyways. What do you think? Leave us a comment. Let us know. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications. And as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter, Falcon Hero.